Hey, I know this walk ain't popular, but I follow where your light goes. I know it's you, nothing impossible. Connected to my Abaryt, shining like a light bulb.
Rumamu Yahuwah, Allahu Barak Yahuwah, who is Yahusha, all esteemed to Abba Yahuwah, King of all kings, Master of all masters, Barak Yahuwah. Shalom, shalom, beloved family. We're back again with another class in the Learning the Abaryt sequence. This is another teaching breaking down some more letters, Barak Yahuwah. And we would like to say Salatnu, forgive us for not uploading last week. We had some, small issues, small endurance, but, nothing major. All esteem, all praises to the Most High Yahuwah, Barak Yahuwah. So we will be, resuming with the other letters. And then for next week, we're going to have the only 4 more letters remaining. So in this video, we're going to be looking at 4. Then for next week, we're looking at the final 4, Barak Yahuwah Yahusha. So all esteemed to Abba Yahuwah for giving us his Kadash Lashon, his called out or separated tongue, which is the tongue of creation, according to Jubilee 6, verse 25 to 26, which we already should know by now because the scriptures were originally written in Abaryt, Hebrew. So if they were originally written in Abaryt, Hebrew, that means this was the pure tongue, the pure language. We should already know that as proof. His name is in Hebrew. The prophets' names were in Hebrew. Everything was in Hebrew. So it has to be the tongue of creation. Has to be the heavenly tongue, the heavenly language. And by learning this tongue, then you can understand the heavenly language. What is Yah's heavenly language? His words, the scriptures that we have before us. The reason why there's so much confusion is because everybody is reading it in the hybrid tongue, the hybrid language, the one word language, not the original one language, but the one word language today known as English, which is a hybrid of Greek, Roman, Italian, Latin, French, Chinese, all these languages coming together as one. That's what English is, a hybrid language. And that's why there are so much deception out there, different doctrines, person believing he is not Yahusha. And then you have a person believing when they see the word morning, it should be morning. When the opposite word there, the Hebrew word there is bakar or bukar, which means daylight, not morning, daylight. So all these different confusion because people don't study, they don't use the strong, they just rely on whatever the English translator gave them. It's like when we see Paul's letters, we just accept it as what it is without looking at the context of things. So that's why there's so much misconceptions out there today. People are not understanding the name as well. Some have Yahusha, which is correct, and then some have Yahushua, Yahshua, Yeshua, and all these other variations and mistranslation because we don't study properly. But as I said, I'm not here to force this on anyone. I'm just sharing truth. I'm just warning. You want to accept that? Barak Yahuwah Ruma, Mo Yahuwah, you're going to learn a lot more. If you don't, that's your choice. You do what you got to do. If you don't like what I'm saying, please do not come in this channel and try to basically force us to change what we believe, because I see persons trying to comment and say nonsense. Well, I don't agree with you. This is what it should be. I don't need your comments. I don't need you to agree with me. I'm not doing this to please you. Yahuwah says study to show yourself approved unto him. I'm not studying to show myself approved unto any man. And I'm not saying I can't be wrong, but without proper evidence and study and research, you can't just come and say, oh, this is what I think, this is what it is, without any evidence or proof. If you can give me evidence and proof and context of the scriptures where it all makes sense, then fine, no problem. But most, they just come and they just want to say all kind of nonsense. We had this guy, I think he's basically in the Jewish state, the Jewish land, the fake Jewish place. He came on our channel and he commented in modern Hebrew. Some of the things I could read and understand, but some I could not. When I had translated what he was saying, that's pure nonsense. I have a true teacher, a true rabbi and all that. He knows the true language. And like, let's see, this is all opinions. Why? Because I step on your toe. Am I now become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Again, said this before and I'll say it again. I'm not a teacher or a leader or a shepherd that will tickle your ear. Please, if you want a leader or a shepherd to tickle your ear, there are many channels out there that does this. So if you have a problem with whatever we share, go somewhere else. It's that simple. Unsubscribe, don't watch the videos. Put my video or our channels rather on hide or block. It's simple as that. And for those who truly want the truth, allow them to learn, allow them to grow. But no matter what you do, no matter what you come with, because most persons who come in with these negative energies are the simple wolves in sheep clothing. We know you, we see you. Most of you are just wolves in sheep clothing. You're just agents of Hashatan trying to get us down, trying to get us discouraged so that we can give up, so that we can stop. That will never happen. So again, if you come on the channel with any negative comment, with any nonsense, forcing your indoctrination without any proof, you will be deleted. Your comment will be removed and you will be blocked from the channel. It's simple as that. Yahuwah says we should not be one who argues, quarrelsome and all that stuff. We reason the scriptures, we talk it out, we go into it. And as I said to you, many of you, everyone, the email is on the channel. If you have a challenge or problem, hit me up on the email. We can go into the scriptures together if you're home. But the problem is so many are not home. So that said, let's jump right into this and let's go into YAHUAH'S Palah. And this base, because this is the Abaryt, learning the Abaryt, we will be Palaling, praying, doing the Palah in Abaryt as well, Barak Yahuwah. So let's go into it. Barak Yahuwah Yahusha. Hallelujah. Barukata Adonai Yahuwah. Barak Yahuwah. Abinu Ba Shamayim. Kadashki Shamka. Malakutka Bua. Ya Ra'uka Asha. Al Aratz Khan Bashamayim. Natan Lanu Ayum At Daham. Bahazarak. Usalah Lanu. Lahatenu. Ki Lanu Salah Utam. La hata imkam para lanu. Uparat lanu. La taha. U yasha lanu. Ma rasha. La malakutka. Shulat. Haka u hakabat. Bahasham al kal shamut. Yahuwah Yahusha Aman. So be it Ruma Mu Yahuwah. Translation: Our Father in heaven, separated is your name. Your kingdom come. Yah, your will be done or accomplished on earth, so it is in heaven. Distribute us the day covenant bread in the need, and forgive us for our crimes, as we forgive them for their crimes against us. Lead us not astray, and rescue us from evil doing. For your kingdom reigns, the power and the esteem. In the name above all names, Yahuwah, who is Yahusha, so be it. Man, Barak Yahuwah. Now, if you like to do that for law or find how to say it, memorize it, study it, we have the video on the channel. So just go through the videos and you'll see the Palah, YAHUAH'S Palah, YAHUAH'S Palah in Abaryt. And also, Barak Yahuwah Yahusha. When you learn the Abaryt and then you start to look up most of these words, then you will understand the Palah, understand the words, the translations, what they should be, what they should not be. And this is why you'll hear the Palah even before Yeshai passed. When he was at Sahut on the beach, he was doing the Palah, but in a different way. He was changing a lot of the words because we were researching, studying, and realizing that some of the words don't mean what we think it means. And all that stuff is not correct, so we had to change it up. But Yahuwah already put him to sleep, so it felt on few of us, and I read it and looked up all of the words. This is what we got from everything because it has to line up, it has to match, it has to go according to Yah's word, not what we think, not how it sounds cool. It has to sound authentic. It has to be authentic. So that's why it sounds a lot different from previous ways of we used to say it or do it. Barak Yahuwah. So just watch that video and then you'll learn and understand a lot more. Now let's jump into it. Now moving on to the letters, Barak Yahuwah. We are at another A. We know that the first A was the Aleph, which is the picture of an ox, the head of an ox. And that means strong, power, or leader, or strength, power, and leader, Barak Yahuwah. Now we have another A. As I said to you, we have two A's in Abaryt. In English, we only have one letter A, only one. But in Abaryt, it's a lot different. This is not English. This is a lot different. This is a true tongue. So this one is called ayin. And it is the form or picture of an eye. This is what it looks like in the modern. So it looks like a very stylish Y. You see a Y in the modern that looks like this. That's the ayin. Barak Yahuwah. The sound that it makes based on the modern, they say in the modern, it is silent. That's what they said. In the modern, it is silent. So far, Jeff is not finding a whole lot to say that it has a sound that much, or it may be silent, it may not. But this is what I look at to know that it's not silent. Now, when we say ayin, we're saying the letter ayin. So for the time being, we'll just use it as an A that makes a sound until we can verify for sure whether it is silent or not. But based on the name, it is ayin, and it will be spelled with the I, the E, the I rather, the A, this one. So ayin, sound that it makes just another A sound. The meaning that it has are simple. We use our eyes to do what? To watch, to see. So we use it to watch and to know, to gain knowledge. The eye is a gateway to knowledge. And also shade, because your eye can be shaded. If the eye is evil or dark, then the whole body becomes evil, becomes dark. So shade. So watch, know, or knowledge, and shade. Simple meanings for the eye. So this one should be easy to remember as well. When you see the eye, the ayin, the meanings, at least these two you should remember. At least these two. Watch or know. You watch. You know by watching. So that should be an easy way to remember. This is why I love the picture. Unlike the modern or the paleo. Even the paleo, I don't really fancy the paleo a lot, honestly. I don't really use the paleo. If I see it, I can identify most of the letters, probably all, but I don't really use it, so I don't really remember each and every single one, but most I know. The reason why I don't really use it nor the modern, they are just simply like inscriptions, simply like weird inscribements of a pen. It's not like the picto. The picto is a picture. It has a form. It has a form of something, an object or a person that I can identify, that I know. Like for the ayin, when I see the eye, I know, oh, this is an ayin. What's the meaning again? I would just look at my eye. What do I use my eye for? I use my eye to watch and to know. So with the picto, it's a lot easier to remember the meanings. With the paleo and the modern, you're gonna struggle to remember. Oh, what letter is this again? Oh, this is a ayin. What does the ayin mean? Because the ayin in the paleo and the modern, it doesn't have a form like the picture. In the paleo, like look at the modern right here. Is this the picture of an eye? This is not what an eye looks like. So this would not be correct. This is not what an eye looks like. So if you go back up to the sama, the thorn, this is a picture of a thorn. In the modern or the paleo, you don't really see the thorn. Sometimes in the paleo, you may see some of the pictures of the name, the form of the name, but not all. So that's what I'm trying to show you. That's why I don't like the paleo that much or the modern, because it doesn't identify, it doesn't give you a picture, it doesn't allow, like this one, the end. Once I see this is a seed, sperm seed. What does it do? It continues, it gives a son, A seed can be a plant that continues as the offspring that gives a child a son. It is a lot easier to remember the meanings. That's why I love the pictograph. And this is where the Egyptians got their ideas from. They stole it from us. They copied our language. That's why you have the Egyptian hieroglyphs, and they look a lot similar to our true language. So the picture is a lot more easier to remember the meaning, and it paints it by just looking at it. It's giving you a message. If you see the ayin with the noon with the water, you're seeing a message without even have to remembering what the I means, what the seed means, what the water means. It's that simple, that easy. That's how Yahuwah did it. So that's why I love it. Moving on to the P, the next letter. It is a P. Now this one is called pay. Pay. It is the form or picture of a mouth. Form or picture of a mouth. There's another way that the pay looks like. Let me show you real quick, Barak Yahuwah. Let me show you what the other form of pay looks like. So just in case if you see this, you know what it is. Sorry about that. I don't know why it went there. So if you should see this, no, that's not it. I saw it earlier. Oh, I know why. All right, that's it right there. If you should see this, this is another form of the P. It's a picture of a mouth, like a little smile, a corner smile. If you look at it carefully, you'll see the smile. So these two are the pictograph. In Jeff A. Benner's, most of his books, this is how you'll see the P, this one right here. This is how you'll see it. So if you see this, that's the P. All right, everyone, this also is the P. Both are pictures. Both are pictograph. Now, right down here are the moderns. You got two forms of these. They also said this is like an F. It gives an F sound or a PH sound, like that, like the word physical. That's the kind of sound that it says it gives as well. So that's why they place an F here, but I'm not seeing that because there's no F in the Abaryt. So the modern has two. So any one of these that you see is a P, which should be the P. The form is the form of a mouth. Now, what do we use our mouths to do? We use our mouths to blow, and by blowing, we scatter objects or scatter things. Now, edge like the lips, which is on the edge of the mouth. So that's why the word edge is there. The meaning edge is there. And also, as I said, we use our mouth to speak. So those are the simple meanings. To blow, to speak. You blow, you scatter stuff, you speak through your mouth. And where's your lips located? On the edge of your mouth. So this is also easy to remember when you see the picture. The sound that this makes is a pa sound, that P sound, all right? Barak Yahuwah. Moving on to the next one. Now we're on to the TZ. This is another double letter, TZ. It's not TS, because I've seen a lot of person use this as TS. It's not TS, everyone. It's TZ. Now, in the picto, you will have two forms of this. Two forms of this. One is a man, he's on his side, and I'll explain what he's doing on his side and why he's on his side as well. The other form of the picto is a path, a pathway. So here's a straight road, and you're coming up to a section where you continue straight, or you make the right on the spot right here. So this is a pathway. This is a man on his side. This is what it looks like in the modern as well. We have two for the modern as well. Both are still the TZ. No, the name of this is the Zada or Zad, which Zad means TZAD. Zad means side. So as I said, the two forms of this are man on side and path. Path, that's the two form of these. So any of these tools you see in the picto is still the same letter. Any of these tools you see in the modern, still the same letter. Now the sound that this make is a za sound. Za sound. And the meaning of this letter is to hunt, wait, snare, and truce. Now, when you look on it, you can see, hold on, let me get this back up to the top. This is the reason why it's looking like that, about that. All right, let me get it back up a bit. All right, so no, here's the reason why the man is on his side. He is hunting, so he is laying in wait to be a snare to his prey. So he's hunting an animal, whether that's a deer or a buffalo, whatever he's hunting, some clean animal. So the man is on his side, waiting in ambush. So he's laying in the grass, waiting on his prey to come. Then he pounces on his prey. So that's why the man is on his side. Now with the path, you will normally go through a narrow path, a wilderness track, a path to go and hunt. And that's what we have right here. So now you got to choose. Choose which direction do you want to go. So that's why the word choose is here. And that's the same thing with this walk. There are two roads, two paths. One is wide and broad, and many are on it. Many choose that path. And then one is straight and narrow, and only a few find it. So that's this ancient path that we have to choose between the ancient path, Yahuwah, or the world, things of the world. So that's why you have two forms of these letters. And as you can see, TZ. Then when you look at the path, it looks a lot like the TZ. You have the T, then the Zada. Do you see it? The T right here would be right here. Then you have the Z right here. So do you see it? So it's a TZ, it's not a TS. The path shows you that it's a TZ. So it's ZA. The T is a bit silent, so it's Zada or Zada. But you have to write the TZ in English when you're transliterating this letter. That's why I show you the letters right here, what they should be. Do not focus on the sound. If you focus on the sound, then you're going to write what you hear. And that's why a lot of persons for the WA, they put a W, or some put a O, or some put a V, or whatever it is, because of what they may hear based on their tongue. Don't do that. Now moving on to the last and final one, Ruma Mu Yahuwah. We are at the letter Q. And in the picture, we have two forms of this. Now, the first form is sun at the horizon. So right here is the horizon line, which you already know the earth is flat, so the sun is moving away from us. And where our horizon is at our eye level, the farthest that we can see, that's what we're seeing. It seems as if the sun is going down, but the sun does not go down. The sun does not go down, the sun goes away from us. But because we are so used to saying that sundown, or the other word, sun, S-E-T, I don't say that word because S-E-T is the name of an Egyptian mighty one. So because we're so used to it, it will sound weird if I should say, at evening when the sun goes away. But a lot of us are getting used to that now because we know that the earth is flat and we know that the earth goes through different gates and all that stuff. So it moves away from us. Barak Yahuwah. So even for this Shabbat coming, the lesson that I'll be breaking down, sharing with you guys, is breaking down the Anuk calendar properly. Looking at the true Anuk calendar, comparing to all the other Anuk calendar or so-called Anuk calendar. Because a lot of persons are saying that they are following the Enoch calendar. But there's one key part that most calendars miss. Most calendars follow, as they say, the Enoch calendar. And what they do is they take where it says 364 days. That's what most do. Only take out that part, the 364 days, which is okay. Nothing is wrong with that. But a lot of persons miss the start of the year. And there's a reason for that, because there's a part in Enoch where most miss. And it has something to do with light and darkness, with daylight and night. So for the next class, the next lesson teaching, which will be presented this Shabbat on the channel, I'll be breaking down, showing you the flat earth app that I use to know when the sun goes away or goes down, when it rises, why that's important, because you may be wondering why do you need to know when the sun goes down or goes away. and when it rises. There's a major reason why you need to know when the sun goes down. Remember, we're not like Seventh-day Adventists, where we start our Shabbat at 6 p.m. and end our Shabbat at 6 p.m. Many people think we do it like how the Adventist does, but we don't do it like the Adventist does. Well, I can say for us here at Yahuwah's Chosen People, we don't do it like that. We work with the sun. Whenever the sun goes away or goes down, that's when our Shabbat begins. So that may be, or the sun may be going down because it goes through different gates and all these different things, which you can read in Enoch chapter 71. If you have a newer version, Enoch, it may be 72. If you read this and understand the pattern, the time that the sun is given, the time that the moon is given, the time that the daylight is given versus the time that the night is given, then you understand the importance of knowing when the sun goes down or goes away from us. It's very important so you can truly start your Shabbat. If you only go by 6, let's say the day, because we already know by now, sometimes the day is shortened. Sometimes the day only have a certain amount of hours. So instead of the sun going down 6 or after 6 or 7 or 8, the sun may go down after 5 and the Shabbat has begun. Even though there's a lot of persons that don't begin their Shabbat as sundown. Most begin their Shabbat as sunrise. And I understand why as well, because we start our day at sunrise. When the sun comes up, that's when we start our day. That's when we get up, make breakfast, get showered, get ready to head out to work or do whatever. But that's not how Yahuwah works. Again, I shared a video explaining when does the day begin. Also, Yeshai's teaching and showing you the Hebrew word, which the English translators messed us up with. Because in Old English, the word for morning was morgen, and the word for tomorrow was also morgen. So in other words, to say tomorrow morning, you say morgen, morgen. So they mess us up with that word morning when the word bakar should be daylight, not morning. The word bakar does not mean morning, it means daylight. The word Arab means a mixture of daylight and darkness, night. And the word Laila means night. But they mess us up because Yah created the earth, the heavens and the earth in Husha. Husha means darkness. Darkness. I asked someone what was the first thing that was created. They said that the first thing that was created was light. And I can tell why, because that's what religion taught. I looked that up on Google. When I type in what was the first thing created in day 1 of creation, Moore said light. Everyone forgot that the heaven and the earth were the first thing that was created, because in order for light to come to be, the earth was created first. So Yahuwah says, darkness, Husha, was on the face of the earth. And he said, let there be light, and there was light. The same way a child is born in Husha, darkness. When a child is in his mother's womb, he is born, created in darkness, then he comes out into light. There are many, the creation itself shows you proof that these things are created in darkness. That's the beginning of a thing when it started, when you created it. It's not when you completed it. And that's what a lot of people get wrong. But I'm not here to really go into that and all that stuff. The reason I'm just saying this is because we're at letter that says sun at their rising. And this is why it's important to learn the Abaryt so you can understand this as well. And that's why so many have the wrong dates regarding the feast days, regarding Abib and all that stuff. But as I said, I'll be doing a proper video to show you all the proofs, to show you what most calendars are missing. There's one key ingredient that I've noticed that many calendars do not have. I don't know how most miss this, even though you got some that don't even believe in the book of Enoch. They don't even believe in the book of Enoch, much less they use Enoch stone. Some go by the moon. So I'll be showing you the moon calendar, the sun or the solar calendar, and show you that their days, their counts are off and they are wrong. I'll be showing proof. So join us this Shabbat for that lesson. Look out for that video, Barak Yahuwah. So we're at the final letter for today, Barak Yahuwah. And this is a Q, as I said, it's called the Qaph. This form is the picture of a sun at the horizon, whether the sun is rising or it's going down. This one is a picture of a needle eye. The needle eye. So a needle and an eye. So the needle, and here's the eye, needle eye. This is what it looks like in the modern. The sound that it makes is a qua sound. And then the meaning are time, condense, round. They put the word there, C-I-R-C, lamad, E. I did not use that word because that word is still derived from the demon whose name is, or demoness, whose name is Kirke. That's where we get the word Church. So we don't say that word either. We say congregation or assembly or ministry. So we don't use that word. So we say round object, round this, round that. So time, condense, round, revolution, or neither eye. This has the picture, neither eye. Condense when the lights of the sun condense at the going down or the going away of the sun, all these things. Round, the sun we already know is round. Time, the sun tells the time as well. So everything is understandable. Plus, as I said, the sun moves away from us. It makes a revolution around the earth. The earth is not revolving around the sun. The sun is revolving in the earth. I'll be showing you this as well on the Flat Earth app. The Flat Earth app, man, the guys at O Project did a very beautiful job on this app. I would suggest everyone, if you could, download the Flat Earth app. For Android users, you will see it as Flat Earth. I'll show you what the pictures look like. And for iPhone users, you won't see Flat Earth. You will see Flat Earth Pro. It's the same thing. Flat Earth Pro is the more unlocked version where you get the weather forecast and a few other stuff. So I'll show you that this Shabbat so you can understand more how to use the app, how to change the map, the locations, how to add in your locations to tell you when the sun is going down, all the stuff. And as I said, I'll be showing you the calendar using the Flat Earth app. We can even use Google if you want, and showing you that the dates outside are wrong. The dates outside of the start of Abib, when we started Abib, it was MAR the 15th. I'll show you why we did it that time. Because as I said, there's a key ingredients to Enoch's calendar that most persons are missing. Why? Because most are following the equinox only, the start of the spring equinox. So I'll be explaining all this Shabbat, Barak Yahuwah. So, Rumamu Yahuwah, all esteemed to Abba Yahuwah, and Barak Yahuwah, we are almost at the end of the Abaryt letters, man. I hope it was a blast for you all. I hope you all learn. And I allow that Yahuwah, for those who have it, that Yahuwah will pour out even though the understanding of this, whether you need to just simply read it and know what it means, or if you want to speak it fluently, whatever it is, I allow that Yahuwah answers according to his richest desires, according to his will, not ours. So, Barak Yahuwah, Yahusha, Ruma, Mu Yahuwah, thank you, Abba Yahuwah, for your Kadash, Lashun, Kadash, called out, Lashun, tongue, called out tongue. Thank you, Abba Yahuwah, for this wonderful, amazing tongue, Ruma, Mu Yahuwah. This is Watchman Nazari Yahu signing out again on behalf of Yahuwah's chosen people assembly. And we just like to wish everyone a beautiful, beautiful day and shalom, joy, Shama in Yahuwah. We love you all. We thank you again for the support. Umamu Yahuwah. The emails, our email will be in the description box. Barak Yahuwah. So if you have any questions regarding whatsoever, whether it's immersion, weddings, whatever it may be, you can reach out to us and we can go from there. Barak Yahuwah. So please look out for the video this Shabbat that will explain the calendars and the counts at the time. Ruma Mu Yahuwah. Shalom, shalom, everyone. Barak Yahuwah, who is Yahusha. Allahu Yah.